Good early morning, guys. This is probably about 1 o'clock in the morning here today, and we're just uh, wide awake again. We usually go to bed about 7:30 at night, but we're wide awake again here tonight. So sitting here in front of the little bit of the heats and the hots from the cot. So I just want to talk to you guys on how a divorce feels and liberating that me and my wife, after 15 years, have now parted. That's basically what we went through. She was unchanged, so willing to decide that she wanted to go through a divorce, and she was mind bent that she wanted this. Um, I kind of had my reassurances, though, that she had had somebody for a while, so that's the reason why I'm out here. So I kind of figured this was being brought on. So, but we filed for our divorce, and she was happily and glad to move on with her new life. I figure that's the reason why that she wanted a fast divorce. I just informed her with the money spent that we could have put towards a lot of things, but 15 years is a long time to be with somebody and then to make a decision just in a few months that I was being thrown out after uh, uh, the time frame that she said I supposedly supposed to have been in, which was not true. But I guess with my adventures here, you guys have seen from December, January, all the way through. But we got back home here in October, or September, I'm sorry. We got back home in September, and she said that I had been out since October. Um, no, I haven't been out since October. I actually was put on the streets after my HUD house went bad there in December, and I was put on the streets of Williamsburg, Kentucky, just to share my story. Uh, I traveled all about, staying there on the streets of Williamsburg, as you can see, for over 5.5 months. If it wasn't for the um, church that took me in, uh, that her and her sister and them destroyed up there due to a heavy argument that took place in a church. Uh, the church was glad enough that when I stopped and stayed on their lot, they took me in for a while. So I just don't see how anybody could assume a relationship after I was out. There was no contact for 5 months. She said that she didn't know where I was at, but it's all right. I'm managed. I'm here in the garden shed. My life is still solemn, but now I am free now to know that she was involved in another relationship. The reason why that we parted, it was unreconcilable differences, but there was another relationship that I found out that she was involved in. The reason why that I was no longer needed. So, uh, but this is my clarity. I just want to get out here to everybody here in Facebook land that everything that I put out here, guys, was reality and what I went through, and now I'm ended up here after going up to Williamsburg to finish off my divorce decree and to make it finalized. Like I say, guys, don't let things get this far in life. Don't put somebody off just because you think the grass is greener on the other side, and you put your loved ones out in the middle of winter. Don't do that, guys. It's not fair, especially somebody that's disabled, which she recognized me as being disabled, but I just wasn't what she wanted, and the obligation wasn't there to be taken care of. Um, I'm not an option. I'm a person that you're supposed to be responsible and to live with, to take care of, but apparently that wasn't what was on her agenda. She wanted somebody that to take care of her, and I forgave her. I did. I thanked her for the divorce. I thanked her for 15 years of finally making the marriage decision to file to get out. She was anxious to get out of for a divorce. She said it was unreconcilable differences, but it was due to because she wanted somebody else that wasn't broke down that she didn't have to take care of. But I just wanted to get my story out here now, since there is no ties or no physical ties to hold on to anything here now. And no, by the way, you cannot be friends with your ex after a situation like this. This has been a tremendous road of freezing and scared at nighttime of being on the roads and having to stay in church lots and cemeteries and places, what have you. There was no contact or anything that was even remotely to bring me back and try to work things out. It was already mind bent and to do things that she wanted. She got bored and tired of a relationship after 15 years, and you can get tired of a marriage, I guess. You really could if you want to, when somebody becomes broke down. But at 61, where she's at now, it's inevitable that she's going to get that way eventually, and there's not going to be anybody there. And I'm not in the apt of taking somebody back after something doesn't work. I would rather wait to find somebody that would be loving me instead of just tolerating me and just give me what I need for a short amount of time. I believe in long-term relationships, if you want to know the truth. I believe in being committed to the same person. I don't believe in putting somebody to the road when you get mad. I believe in working with somebody, sharing your heart with somebody, your emotions, your communication, everything that makes a marriage and a relationship long term. 15 years was this marriage that was terminated. It could have been longer. May the 1st would have been 16 years. But it just wasn't what she had desired to go on any longer. She was glad to get out. And now I have to, at age 56, living right now in a garden shed here is not the most desirable thing, but this is where I'm at. So I just wanted to get my side of the story out. I've lived my side of the story since January, actually in December, January, when I was put on the roads. I was not out there in October, guys, so it was, that time frame did not add up, and that story did not add up, but I just wanted to get that clarity made, and that may reflect in the divorce papers that are drawn up, but we got back here in September, and she said I was out by October. She couldn't find me, but I've been all over the place here, and you guys have seen my post, and you guys have seen my blogs out here, and I wasn't hard to find. If you want to find somebody, you'll find somebody. I just want to let you know that. But an entire church seen me. So they're in Williamsburg, and for their identity, I don't want to disgrace their name, but they went through some of the hell that I had to go through. They experienced it a lot, and an entire family got destroyed over this. And this is what sin and lust can do, guys. It can destroy an entire family. But I just wanted you guys to know that I'm not, right now, as of today, I've not been in any relationship as she has been. She's been in a relationship ever since I've been out for the past 6 months. Soon to be 6 months, she's been involved in relationships. So, and now the nail has finally come to the head, and that's the reason why that we were, she was bored and tired, as she said. She just needed an out, and she has got her out, and she's resuming her relationship, and I'm still here in the garden shed, but I'm waiting my time. I want somebody to find somebody that's going to be uh, patient, kind, loving, not so apt to be so angry, not so apt to throw a relationship away. I think a relationship should be a long-term thing, not just a feeling by feeling thing. It should be two people working together, and I think that people need to communicate is a very big important thing. Communication is very big important to things. You don't ever go to bed mad. This is a result of mistrust and betrayal. It can end up like this. But I just wanted to make my video out here tonight, and I hope you guys share it with everyone like you have been. I'm really happy that I've got people out there sharing my video. Um, I have to endure now what has been left of a broken marriage and a broken life, but I wished her the very best and her new companion. But if something doesn't work out, I can't be the one that you can come back to. You cannot be friends with somebody after they have betrayed your trust, and trust was prevalently broken with me. Just to let you guys know, her family and her put me out because of that she didn't feel like that she should have been obligated to take care of somebody. I should have been there all the time, 24/7. And I do get tired. I'm not gonna lie. I've given my best. I'm 56 years old, and I've given my very best to a 15-year relationship. But I'm not going to be committed anymore to being tied down and chained to a person that's wanting me to wait in the wind until they decide if things work out for them or not. So this is my new and closure for hopefully for the end of the Williamsburg adventure, and the explanation why I'm out and running like I did up there to Williamsburg. I put a lot of extra miles on my truck and a lot of extra miles on my heart, and I got up this morning, or yesterday morning, and went out to the park here and done some things and try to get my life back on the track. It's going to be a hard road to reestablish, but truth be told, I'm glad to know that, without so many words said, the actions were pretty much behind it when you go down to file this much. When you don't want to reconciliate after 15 years and you say that it all ended up in October. It was October, from September to October, 1 month. How many people would let their family to stay out there on the road? And you say you couldn't get in touch with them, you couldn't find them. Doubt that, folks. It was just time to break something that should probably never had been. But I just want to make it known that the options are never going to be, once something doesn't work out in your relationship that you're assuming now, there's a way back for this, because there isn't. And I just want to make this documentary for anyone, and if it gets back to her, I'm not an option to come back to. But I was glad, and I very much was happy to sign the paperwork. I gave her everything, because I'm not able to, as you see, there's no place here to put anything at. And I'm only here for just a little while longer this month coming up. I have got to, we're working on trying to repair a trailer that is down here at the bottom of the hill that we're trying to get to make it habitable. It's going to take some work and time, but that is something that's a next adventure we're going to be working on. But there's nothing now to be inconclusive or hiding about. But I'm staying here now in Ashland, Kentucky, Calixburg, Kentucky. And this is where I'm going to be resuming my life until something different comes along, or until probably I can't live anymore. But there's a reason why I came back home, and I'm glad of this. Instead of living on the streets in Williamsburg, uh, due to my companion throwing me away. She said she couldn't afford me, but it's not a matter of affording somebody, guys. Uh, you're not a dog, or you're not a car, or you're not some kind of piece of equipment. You're a human being, and you work together, guys. It's, you know, you don't need somebody when it comes tax time, and then throw somebody away just because, you got a feeling that you needed somebody else's attention, or somebody else's desires to fulfill things, and you can't go by on just emotions, or a one night stand to make things better for you. That's not what you call love. That's just lust. And like I told her, if you're following God and you put your husband away, you've just committed the act of adultery, and that's in God's eyes, in the church's eyes, and the marital eyes. That breaks the bonds in the union of marriage. So, for all those people that give me criticism on this right here, I just want to make clarity. I know what I've had to go through. I've lived it, and now I can express it freely and not have to be disgraced. Before you make judgment on somebody, like I say, walk in their shoes and see what's going through their eyes and their heart and their eyes. And if you were in this situation and you needed to make a documentary about what happened to cover yourself, which I did, and I'm glad I did, so everybody knows what's going on, because I was told that nobody would believe me, but my videos are posted out there, my pictures are out there, and I'm glad that I posted those. May they forever live on, live long and prosper. So share those. If you see those eventually, share those. Maybe one of these days people will understand that you cannot treat an individual this way, especially that's disabled, but I'm not complaining on disability. I'm able to get up and move around. It's just my body's a little bit slower and older, but I'm still a human being. But I guess after 15 years, you get bored and you get tired, and it's time to make a change. And if there's no love there, I'm not trying to push anybody to love me. But, for God's sakes, like I said, talk to me. Communicate with me. Don't just throw me away after something goes bad at a place. I was put into a hut house that was in very bad shape, guys. Roaches. You guys seen some of that? The well was gone bad. There was a lot of water issues, bad heat issues. And as I was told, there was going to be support, but there wasn't. I made the report and turned it in, and then I got the repercussions from it. So I can still go back on the HUD if I wanted to, and I just wanted to clarify that. But due to my payments right now for my vehicle, and I've had to resume those, which I got back in November, we signed for that contract. So I just want to let you guys know that was an agreement that was on a financial end, not on the end of the truck, but it was on the financial end. We went up to Neil Huffman up there in Chevrolet to get my vehicle. We both signed for it in November, so we were still together then. But people can put you out, and if they want to go look for you, they'll find you. And if they don't, you need to ask yourself a question: why are you so apt and so fast to file for a divorce unless there's somebody in your life? And I've made that clarity to her, and it was without so many words, with the head bowed and the eyes closed. The body language said it all. And I just want to clarify, I don't hold it against somebody, but don't be having a relationship when you're involved in marriage. It's not healthy, it's not good, and it's not sanctimoniously right. It's that's adultery in your husband's eyes and your family's eyes. And if you're trying to live godly and you go to church and you know through an apostolic life, I'm not in that kind of lifestyle, but my friends and my family was, and you know that you cannot accept that kind of being as the normal. You cannot, when you take on the vows of loving somebody and cherish somebody, that means forever, not to the time you get a feeling of, I just want somebody else for a while to try some other kind of relationship. And then if that doesn't work, I want to go back to my ex-husband. It don't happen, guys. So my clarity's made tonight, and I just wanted everything to know that it'll be official by this coming up week. We've already signed the paperwork, so I'm moving on with my life, and new relationships, yes, I will obtain. To be looking for somebody that is going to offer me companionship, but I'm in it for long term. I'm not in it for short term. I've got 2 fur babies, and they mean the world to me. I do stay with my responsibility. I'm not a short term person. I'm in it for the long term, not for just the temporary or just a place to stay or somebody can give me something. I'm not in it for that. I'm in it for love, relationship, and companionship and commitment. I don't like to be excluded when it comes to communication. I think communication and love and understanding is a very big, important part of a marriage and a relationship. I don't think that you can replace what you've had after 15 years. But unfortunately, I have been excluded now, and it's time that I'm signed off. And she was first the one to petition her, glad to sign off, and I done the same. And it was exhilarating. I was happy to finally be rid of a toxic marriage. I'm not going to share a companion to other people to allow that to go on and me to wait around. Every weekend I was at home by myself waiting for her to return, and other people know what was going on. And then especially time out here on the road with all my videos. Until today, this is a very sick situation, guys. It's what sin can do and a messed up mind can do. And people have to live with that. So I'm making my post tonight to let everybody know this is the homeless trucker adventure guy here. I'm making all my clarities tonight, and I'm just putting it out here. I will be, hopefully, as soon as I get my divorce decree, I will let it be known out here. And what people don't realize is you kind of embarrass yourself and discriminate yourself, but when you pay money to go down for a divorce, they put it in the paper. So basically, you're paying for your own self to be discriminated and put in the paper. Besides me making my adventures, this will be, the divorce decree will be added probably in the Williamsburg Chronicles down there. So be looking for that, for mine and her name to be put on there. 15-year marriage was busted apart. The only thing that was lacking was communication and companionship, and being replaced, that was betrayal for me. But adultery is not a forgivable in my book, but I can't be friends with this person. That is not acceptable for me. I wish them well and I go on, but I'm moving on. So it's taken a lot out of me. I'm not going to lie, guys. This has taken a lot out of me in my life, but we're moving on, and I just wanted to add my clarity to this right here, and you guys will hopefully see a new adventure out of me soon, and new a new way of living and maybe eventually a new face in my life. Uh, but I just want to make my clarity and getting out there and the pictures that have been made. Thank you all for supporting me. Just recirculate, and I hope eventually my story touches somebody else. It's not out here to hurt somebody. I just want people to see, what can happen when one person can destroy somebody's life. And over betrayal and mistrust and adultery, this is what it can do. This is very real, and it's not pretend. But when you don't have God in your life, and you say you do, but you don't, my spiritual life is very much prevalent. I do enjoy my spiritual life. But I've prayed an awful lot, and I've cried an awful lot, and I've lived my life alone here. I'm not involved in any relationship. It's just hard to endure when your spouse has made the choices of other relationships, and I've had to move on. I've seen friends of mine in some of these homeless shelters today that I went to school with, and it's very upsetting to see that. Got a buddy of mine that met me at the park today, and it was hard for me to, he's been my friend for a real long time. He's more like a brother, and I've got cousins and people that's all supported me along the way, and everybody that's watched these videos, and each and every one of you guys, I have appreciated your all support. Some of them financially, some of them physically, some of them coming over here just to helping out, doing a little bit of things. It's made a real difference in my life that people that know me. It's just gut-wrenching to know that everything that I had put on here was correct, and I hated this. I was hoping that would be a different outcome, but I kind of figured I was right, and I was. The silence and the sad look was more acknowledgement that everything I knew. So I'm just going on. I'm not feeling sorry. I just want you guys to know to love your family. Don't do anybody this way, guys. People are human beings. Hold on to your relationship. Things like this cannot be fixed. Once they're destroyed, talk to each other. Pray with each other. Communicate. Stay tight, people, guys. I'm telling you, people out there in this world are not your friend. You get what you get, as I'm told. You don't throw a fit. And the grass ain't greener on the other side, guys. You can't replace somebody after so many years. You know what you have when you're with somebody, but when you're starting over, you don't know what that person's going to bring to the table. And if you're throwing away somebody because of your toxic behavior, what are you going to offer that person? But more of the same. And then when that doesn't work out, you're going to do the same to them. And there's a pattern that goes on like this. I guess her first husband, she done the exact same way, and he didn't last. But I've held out because God's held me in my hands, and He's kept me from a lot of things. But you guys seen my adventures out there, and I'm still holding on. I'm up at usually 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, just trying to establish my emotions and try to permeate some videos out here to let people know that what's going on. If you leave some comments, leave some comments, guys. But family is important, family and companionship and loving one another in God and having a home. This is where you prosper, guys. You don't waste money on a scumbag attorney that's just going to take your money and put it into his pocket and go on your sorrow. And then eventually your name's posted on the paper. And then you go from there, you go to the newspaper. So you're kind of really double identitying yourself. And eventually it has to be public information. They do let, the new founded divorces go to the public. So remember, when you're filing for divorce too, that's your information that you're thinking that's gonna hurt the other person, basically you hurt yourself, because it goes not just here on this format, but now it will also go in the newspaper and that'll be shared. So you're paying money for your name to be run again. That's kind of a bashing over your head deal, you know. But it's your waste of money, and that's I'm hoping, dear, that you've enjoyed that. I mean, that's kind of a real waste. Instead of trying to work things out, you wasted that money to give to some total stranger so he can be able to enjoy his family and his life and not make the mistake that you made. Uh, I hope your toxic behavior doesn't destroy your life, but I'm praying that it doesn't. I'm praying that God gives clarity to her before it's too late. But and I hold no grudges. I don't. Like I said, I forgave her, but it's just hard to forget what has been done. And everybody out here that knows me here in Ashland and up there in Williamsburg now, and the Apostolic Church up there was just, and God kept his hands mostly on me. Those people were tremendous that let me stay in their parsonage, and the brother that they destroyed as well. My heart goes out. There's a whole mess and a whole trail of carnage from this relationship, guys. It's not just me thing. There's a whole bunch of carnage, and this is what happens when you get into the point of letting your sister and other people encourage you to live your life the way they want. At the end of the day, they've still got their relationship. They haven't thrown their family away. Your nieces have still got their boyfriends. Your nephews and your other little niece, she's got their life, and they're going to go on. And your son and your grandkids, all of them have got each other. You know, you got somebody that you don't know, then it takes years to develop a relationship, not just overnight, a hop in the sack and hoping things that you get your satisfactions just to be able to meet, just to try to get somebody jealous, or you get a moment's worth of pleasure. Marriage should never be a pleasurable thing. It should be a working together thing. It should be a happy thing. You both make each other happy. It's not just selfish needs like this. And to throw money away on a scumbag, an attorney, that's a waste of money. And letting 15 years of marriage go is a waste of money. Destroying your home is a waste of money. No communication, throwing God away, it's a waste of money and time. But that's not something now that I'm at 61, I'm at 56, so I've still got time to learn from the things that people's taught me yet. But time's running out for people that's getting older, and unless they repent to God and make things right for themselves, I don't see the happiness that you're bringing to the table for somebody else. But I digress, guys. So this is my story, and I'm bringing it alive to you guys here tonight. And the responsibility of taking care of two fur babies, that's kind of a sick thing you throw to the road too. You don't do that to your dogs. You don't. And this is where I've been thrown at. I didn't willfully come out here, guys. I'm just going to be honest and truthful. I've said it since I've been out here, since December, January. I never wanted to be out here. If anything, I wanted my family. I wanted my wife, my kids, my family to all work together. I wanted to be back at home. I wanted to enjoy my life. I never wanted to be out here. I really didn't. And my heart and my eyes have begged and pleaded, but there was no communication in wanting this. This was the first thing that was the option that she made instead of talking to somebody. So, and this is obvious now. After being back here since September, she said, I got out here in October, but guys, my videos were made. I got into the HUD house in November, so, and the videos here were made by the end of December and January. So time frames don't add up. And Like I said, you could have made a point of talking to me, but the phone was shut off. My insurance was shut off because of the post that I made. Uh, they did not like that me to expose what was going on. That's the reason why that my insurance, my phone, was to be cut. They didn't want the world to know, and I was supposed to just go away and slink away. I've stayed at Knights Inn here in Ashland, Kentucky. I was put up there. I was given money. I've left Williamsburg about 4 times. I was paid to get out to stay away, and I came back every time. One time just to get tags renewed and take care of some loose ends. That was the reason why I was back up there. I try to also stick around to try to give an opportunity to see if the marriage could be resoluted. I was really an idiot to stay that long and stay up there in some of the cemeteries and some of the back roads, and soon the church up there on the church parking lot was kind of disgraceful, but it was heartbreaking to know that the church had taken that kind of a blow. But these people can be very toxic, and they can be very abuseful in their situation. And don't do somebody this way, guys. This is where you come down to either hurting somebody or you could kill somebody. I mean, these streets are no jokes, guys. I mean, homelessness it can be a very dangerous situation, especially in wintertime when it's gotten down to 7 degrees. These videos that I made, my teeth chattering, guys, that was very real. It was very real. It was not staged. It's like tonight, it's in the 30s. I have some a good family member helped give me an electric blanket, but I also have they give me some heaters to work with me. So I've been using their heater here to run, and it's helped me out, which I'm thankful. And then I was cleaning some of the trailer out down there, and I came across the microwave. So things are starting to look up a little bit, but to be heartbroken and to be sad over a marriage that ended like this, it's very devastating, guys, to want to keep things hushed. You shouldn't have to pay somebody, and family members and people that know me knew what had happened. But as I was told to go on, and believe me, guys, I have moved on. I just try to make something work, and you try to hold on to a marriage because of your caring, and you don't just spend 15 years with somebody and throw it away, but an individual that wants to go on and have other relationships and assume other needs besides what their family is. It's very sad, but you bring approach upon your family and your grandkids and God, and and then you have to live with the choices. As I was told by her, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. So this is where I'm at, and this is my story, and this is what I want to explain to get out of the table here. But I will be posting my divorce decree, so and show my final chapter for this to be closed. This was not a way that I would hoped it would have come to an end. I hate to expose things like this, but it's better to expose it and know what's going on, to let other individuals out there know not to be involved with somebody that's come fresh off the table here and jumping in another relationship, because they could end up in the exact same way or get hurt or possibility to get killed. If they can do me this way and I'm disabled, and people that they're taking care of disabilities can end up this way, can you imagine what they can do to them or can do to the next individual that gets involved with them? Start exposing the truth, guys. This is no joke. I mean, this is what can happen. So buyer beware is all I can say. I've 15 years and I know what my life's been like. I was married to her, and I know. But you guys be the judge. If you want to go down that road of spiral of fun, it's a narcissist can be very switching, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I just hope to God it don't happen to you. That's all I can say. When they get tired, because that's exactly what starts happening. The mistrust. Got to go somewhere. I'm not going to talk about this today. Shut up. Uh, Here you go again. I don't want to talk about it. Or walk off and ignore you or get on the phone all the time to go text somebody else. And that's signs of a narcissist, and that's signs of a marital affair that should never have taken place, constantly on the phone and no communication. And I posted pictures. These were places like in Ramsey's and places that we went out to eat, but it was just constantly on the phone. And there were signs I knew that it was going on for quite a while. It has been going on for the last 4 to 5 years, but it just prevalently picked up after we got back home in September. So my demise was planned by my ex-sister-in-law and my wife to me to be put out so they can assume a new life. So I'm hoping that they're happy, and I'm trying to resume my life here, but you just don't throw something away after 15 years. That should be questionable to anybody. And to resume another relationship in the matter of a short period of time while I'm still out here, it's just, it's incredible, guys. You know, you got a room and you got all your amenities and your food and your water and your warmth and your happiness and going to birthday parties and not a care in the world. Like somebody didn't know where I was at. How easy is it to pick a phone up? I still had a phone during that time. My number didn't change until I got shut off after I put all the information across here because of exposure to where I went through, and that's what cost me. But the truth remains, guys, and I'm not pulling down the truth for nobody. Whether it affects you, whether you agreed with me or not, I'm still exposed to the truth, and I know what I've lived, and I know where I've been at, and I know where I'm still at. But this is, I'm not going to let somebody destroy me and me go away and with busted feelings. So, well, guys, this is the endless of this feature here in my life of this marriage, and the homeless trucker will be going on to other adventures. So I just want to make my clarity out there, and soon to be able to post my papers and move on and see where my adventure takes me. But thank you all for the ones that stick with me out there and listen to me in my social media and share these videos. I want people to learn from these. They're not out here to hurt somebody, guys. They're not out here to cause harm. I just want people to know what betrayal and mistrust and what an extramarital affair can cost you, and why it's important to love your family, love God, trust in each other. Don't bust a relationship up because you feel like you've got a feeling that you want somebody else. Talk with it, get help before everything. And if you can't do it, understand. Don't go away mad. Work things, give everything 110% try, guys. You're committed. When you marry somebody, or it's like your kids or your grandkids, you're not committed into it just for a little bit. You're committed into it for a lifetime. That's your family. You wouldn't want somebody to do your family this way or do your grandkids this way because you wouldn't like it. Well, or you break somebody else's heart and somebody else will break yours. So, well, we appreciate it, guys, on this adventure, and hopefully this will touch somebody's heart. Get up each day and go to it and move forward. It's time to go on, guys. Hopefully you all have a new and good day, and we'll catch you in the next adventure.